Sound Off.
Rated T14.
All right, and I see Miss Schofield over there. Miss Schofield, I'm going to toss this back over to you.
Thank you, Michelle. Once again, you're listening to Sound Off Live, and we're live at Taco Bell located on Highway 501. And what we're talking about this morning is, of course, we know this is a new year, 2012. So I have a beautiful young lady with me on this morning. Good morning, sweetie.
Good morning.
And what is your name?
My name is Isabel. I'm from Loris.
Loris, representing Loris High School. That's what I'm talking about. So what we're simply asking is, in 2011, we realize it's gone. So what do you want to do in 2012 to improve yourself? Or you can call it a New Year's resolution if you would like to. But what are your plans for 2012?
2012, I'm definitely, for my birthday, I'm getting my permit. And I'm going to, get my driver's education, so I'm not one of those reckless people out there. I am going to start planning for college. I might go to CCU, great colleges, I think I want to start helping the community, like recycling, going out there and like helping the people on the street, You
got big plans. I like that. We need more people like you. Y'all represent well in Loris. Now, what about study habits? So you have pretty good study habits?
Yeah, I'm not a really good test taker. It frightens me, but I have good grades, AB honor roll. So I'm getting up there.
Sounds very good. Sounds like a plan. Now, at Sound Off, we give you the opportunity to shout some people out, meaning say good morning to some people. So I know you're going to shout your dad out. So who else would you like to shout out?
I'd like to shout out to my best friend, Lori Orndorff. She's a great friend. I like to shout out to my brother, too. He's a good friend.
What about mom and dad?
Dad, yeah, I'd like to shout out to him. Mom,
What's daddy's name?
Bob.
No, Bob has a last name. Now, Bob looks like a nice guy. I want Bob's first and last name. We want to give Bob some props on this morning.
Bob Emmons, or Robert.
Good morning, Robert. You know what, Tanisha, a lot of times we run into people and they always ask, okay, I hear you guys on the radio. What can I do? I want to be a part of Sound Off. Well, let me tell you, all they have to do is what? Simply log on to www.wesoundoff.com and you can be part of the show. Parents, when we do Sound Off Kids, you want your kids on, contact us. We will be more than happy to let you be part of the team. Am I right?
You are so right. We always use more young people, and you used to hear us on the radio, you think we're all this, we're all that. We're just regular teenagers, just having fun, just talking about things in the community that most people don't talk about. So we're here to help you. This is your voice, so you need to come be a part of it.
That's why it's called Sound Off. We just relaxing here at Taco Bell. A little bit too early to have some tacos, but nevertheless. But yeah, but do you like Taco Bell?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right. Well, I do too. But here's the thing, Tanisha. We realize that it's early into 2012, and a lot of times people get caught up in making New Year's resolution, and they resolve not to keep it. I promise you, I don't want to do that. But as I reflect back on 2011, in 2012, I definitely want to do a lot of things differently in terms of being a little more active in the community, making a difference, being a better role model. And then those are the things I think I did okay in 2011. And one thing I also want to talk about is the fact that, we want to be a little more visible. So I'm excited that on this morning from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock at Conway High School, we will have an audition for anybody, spoken words, rappers, singers, mimes, anybody that would like to come out on February 25th. Music Stop the Madness will happen at Conway High School. But on this morning, we will have people to come out and showcase their talent. So on the 25th, then we'll have a big-time showcase of talent. Our young people in Horry and Georgetown counties will have something to do. What do you think about that?
Music Stop the Madness. I think that's a great idea because nowadays kids need something to do instead of just going out in the streets. They could come to the high school and just have a good time and just showcase their talent. And it would be nice if this is a success and they make it an annual thing. So this would really help the street violence and the crime stop. So you could come here and you could express yourself. So I actually encourage y'all to audition if I wasn't so shy, I would audition myself.
You don't have no talent. What do you do? Are you talented?
Just a little bit.
What can you do, Tanisha?
You know, I can get on the ones and twos and scratch up something pretty nice.
That's Turk Nice Child. Yeah, you probably can. But yeah, it's really going to be a wonderful opportunity for our young people in Horry and Georgetown counties to express yourselves through talent and not violence, man. Can we all just get along? Remember back in the day, Wardell, self-destruction? Man, I'm trying to tell you, that should be the theme. We can't self-destruct. Instead, we have to find something positive to do. And my grandmother always said, if you, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So what we're trying to do is give our young people something to do. But what do you want to do differently in 2012, Tanisha, to improve yourself? Because you're a nice girl, but it's always room for improvement. What do you plan to do?
I plan to work more in my church and in the community altogether. I would really like to find, hopefully I found one soon, find a program that mentor young ladies, not even young ladies. It could be a young man. I could be their big sister just to help them through things. And just in school, my last semester being at Tech, I'm trying to trying to hit the president's list, trying to get all A's.
And you know what? If you get the president's list, I'm going to do a flip, and then also we're going to have to find a little something for you, because that would be beyond awesome. Right, Mr. Brantley? We're going to have to hook her up. I'm trying to tell you, because we're proud of our team members. And, in 2012, Tanisha, you can't ever neglect the fact that you always want to cultivate an even better relationship with God. That's one of my goals as well. What about you?
Yeah, that's one of my goals. I really do want to get closer to God, because at the end of the day, if you don't have, I'm not saying you don't have your family, but at the end of the day, if you need that person to talk to, God is always right there. He never leave you.
Once again, Horry and Georgetown counties, you're listening to Sound Off Heard weekly on your favorite radio station and sponsored by Carolina Teen Health. And we are live at Taco Bell, and I'm telling you what, I just ran into just a good-looking family. I just had to stop and talk to you guys. Good morning. What is your name, sweetheart?
Good morning. My name's Simsy Ortiz.
Simsy
Ortiz.
Ortiz, I like that. See, that sounds like a real successful name. That means when you become a millionaire, then it's good that we just met each other. Now, what school do you attend?
Horry Georgetown Tech.
Okay, and is that early college or?
Yeah, early college. I'm an early college student.
Okay, early college means that she's really smart, and her mama's smart, and I'm getting ready to talk to her brother in a minute. Look, this is a really smart family, but what we're talking about on this morning at Sound Off is we're simply asking. 2011 is gone. We are definitely into a brand new year, 2012, and people have something they call resolution. You don't have to call it that, but if you could reflect upon 2011 and think about your goals or something you want to do in 2012 to make this beautiful young lady an even better person, what would you say to that?
I think I would say that I wouldn't procrastinate as much, because in school I wait till the last minute to do a lot of things.
So last minute, and the adrenaline flows last minute?
Yeah, and then I get everything done like the night before or a few days before.
Do you realize that stress kills?
It does. It does.
And it does that. I remember when I was in college and high school, I would just procrastinate, but I realized the older you get, you can't do that. Old people can't procrastinate. So I'm telling you, stop procrastinating. Now, at Sound Off, we do give you the opportunity to shout out or say good morning to anyone in Horry, Georgetown County. Even, it doesn't matter, because you can listen to us on the web. Who would you like to say hello to?
To my two best friends, Telvin Armour and Arissa Jura.
You got to say their names again, because I missed that.
Telvin Armour and Arissa Jura.
Okay, listen. She's up early. She's saying good morning. So next time, you're going to bring them so we could interview them?
Yeah, I will. I'll tell them about it. Listen to 98.5 on Saturday mornings, guys.
That sounds like a plan. Thank you so much. The conversation continues with this beautiful family. I'm sitting here with this very handsome young man. What is your name, sir?
Don Giovanni Ortiz.
I like that. I can't pronounce what you or say what you just said, but say it one more time for me. Just say it really nice and slow.
Don Giovanni Ortiz.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Only in Horry County. That's what I'm talking about. God, you know, your name, like I told your sister, you just sound very professional, very successful. And so I think this was ordained for us to meet each other. So when you start making all that good old money, then you're going to remember Miss Schofield. But at any rate, you're looking at me like you don't agree with that.
No, I agree.
That's what I'm talking about. I love Horry and Georgetown counties. Now, what we're talking about on this morning is we're simply asking people about, you can call it New Year's resolution or your plans for 2012 or your outlook for 2012. Let's talk about that.
All right. I'm planning on working hard, doing a little bit of traveling across the U.S.
Wow, where we going?
Florida, California, New York, all the big cities first.
And are you a salesperson?
Yes.
Okay. You want to talk about that or not really?
Not really.
Okay. All right. You know what? You do look like you can sell anything, though. Very handsome young man, very smart. And I see your mom sitting over there. She's trying to be shy. We really need to put her on, but she's already said that she's not going to say anything. You think Mom will talk to us? Yeah, I'm coming to Mom. I'm coming over to Mom. We're gonna see what Mom has to say. Come on, Tanisha, follow me. Let's go to Mom. Mom is so beautiful. I know she's gonna say good morning to Horry and Georgetown County. Good morning, ma'am. What is your name?
Candy. Spivey.
Okay, Miss Spivey. You heard what I just said to both of your beautiful babies. What are your plans for 2012?
Lose some weight.
Girl, look, that's what I'm talking. That's the plan. We all have the same plan. We're going to follow Jennifer Hudson's plan.
Yes.
You know, you're beautiful. You don't need to lose anyway. You're a beautiful lady. Now, you know, so that is your major plan for 2012?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay. And just continue to be a wonderful mom to these beautiful kids?
Thank you.
You really do have wonderful kids. At Sound Off, we always like to give you the opportunity to shout some people out. And I'm going to go back to your son first and get him to shout some people out. Then I'm coming back to you. Who would you like to shout out?
I'd like to give a shout out to my family, Churches Hodai, G, out there, everybody in Carolina Forest that knows me went to Carolina Forest, 09.
Carolina Forest representing. That's what I'm talking about. And what about you? Who would you like to give a shout out to?
To my husband with the Myrtle Beach Police. 3 main Spivey.
He's with Myrtle Beach Police. It's good to know people in law enforcement. That's why I like y'all. Okay, I need to get your husband's number when I'm not just kidding. And who else would you like to shout out?
And all my family, Myrtle Beach. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We certainly appreciate it. It was wonderful meeting this beautiful family. All right. Tanisha, you know what? I think was really interesting. I really enjoyed the conversation we had last week on pop culture. I mean, just talking about the influence of pop culture on our young people, you being one of them, as it relates to music and fashion and what we read and what we allow our eyes to see and our ears to hear. Would you agree that sometimes it's not all so good?
With the information that was given last week, I really do think that people will listen and we'll have a better 2012 than we did 11. Not saying 11 was a good year, but with all the stuff, I think with the information we have given them, they'll have a better 2012.
And you know what I want to do, Tanisha, I think let's go into the last segment of what we talked about last week on pop culture. Horry and Georgetown counties, I mean, the purpose of Sound Off is to definitely have a good time, but also to give you some information that could be vital to you as well as your young people. And our goal is to empower the community. So I think what we need to do is just allow Horry and Georgetown counties to listen to that last segment we did on pop culture from last week. You think that'll be okay?
Yes, I think they will enjoy that very much.
Okay, let's go into the last segment. Once again, Horry and Georgetown counties, you're listening to Sound Off, heard weekly on your favorite radio station and sponsored by Carolina Teen Health. Sound Off.
Rated T14.